Welcome to John Eats Cheap, doing another cheap homemade meal that I've never made. It's a casserole, gonna do it in the air fryer. And Mrs. Cheap and I are huge fans of hot dish or tater tot casserole. And I like chicken pot pie. So I said, let's make a chicken tot pie, kind of like a chicken pot pie tater tot casserole. So that's what we're gonna do. First of all, I saw this like trending the past couple weeks on TikTok and Facebook. Everybody said, does everybody have one of these? Isn't this like the legendary, I think everybody has this
It's Corningware.
Corningware from like the 70s, you know? But it's great stuff, it's still around. Different sizes, comes with a lid, and this one fits perfectly into my air fryer, so that's why I love it. So I'm starting out, I got some chicken breasts. I found, this is out of like, you know, the Tyson boneless chicken breast. I found a couple of runts in there that aren't like the big, thick fillets that you like to stuff or do something with, make a sandwich with. That one's not bad, but this one's just kind of, you know, wanky. So I'm gonna cut these up. This is a great
Wanky.
wanky, yeah.
Wonky.
Wanky, wonky. But so I'm gonna dice these up. This is also a great way to use leftover like Costco chicken, you know, that you buy real cheap. So I'm just gonna cut this up into, you know, little chunks, fairly small dice, and then we're gonna brown it. So this is less than a pound of chicken, I think. A little over half a pound probably. Just gonna cut that in the dice. Then we'll season it up and just brown it off real quick.
You know, if you put a wet paper towel under that, it wouldn't slide around like that.
I want it to move a little bit. That makes it rotisserie, see?
I'm just giving you valuable tips.
Well, I think we even have like a little mat or something to put it on, don't we? Maybe not.
I just heard a wet paper towel. But...
So I'm just gonna season that up. I got a little of the, you know, rotisserie chicken.
So you could use a rotisserie chicken.
Oh yeah, obviously. Yes. What a great idea. I hadn't thought of that. You could do just salt and pepper, or if you want to make it a little more savory. You know, some people like their pot pies that way. Use a little, you know, poultry seasoning, something like that. Just gonna season it up, and now we're gonna get this browning. So I got my hot pan. Just put a little, you know, a couple tablespoons of vegetable oil in there. And goes the chicken. Just gonna brown that up. Now we need to dice up a little bit of onion. Johnny's cheap, quick tip here. A little wet paper towel. Put it on the cutting board, and look at that. Doesn't move. Just a little quick tip for you there.
That's amazing.
Isn't it? Thanks to whoever suggested that one. This is cheap. So I know there's all those tips about run your onion under cold water and your eyes won't water, you know, you won't cry, but I never really have a problem with that. Once in a while, you'll get a really strong one.
Red onions are really bad.
Some of them are, yes they are. This is just gonna be a dice. If I were a single man, I'd probably just put my favorite dehydrated onions in here. Mrs. Cheap kind of wants the real thing. So I'm going with that. That's gonna be plenty for this small thing. All right, chicken is done. And note to the cooking police, I did wash out this bowl that had raw chicken in it earlier. It has been thoroughly cleaned, sanitized, and dried.
As have your hands.
Oh yes, many times, many times.
The OCD chef.
All right. So, now we got just a little bit of oil left in there, and I'm gonna add a little bit of butter. And we're gonna make a little bit of a roux. Flavor. So I got about a little over a tablespoon of butter and probably a tablespoon of oil. So I'm gonna add to that, once that melts, a couple tablespoons of flour. Got my broth on the back burner here. And this is just made with better than bouillon and water. Great flavor.
Well, that's good when you don't need to use a whole thing of broth.
Yeah, you know, it comes in a quart, and I'm not going to use that much. I just made like a cup or so. So you can see, whisk that pan. You got some nice brown chicken bits there. Probably not going to need much more than that. Well, I'll go a little bit more. Cook this flour. Just let it get a little brown. Cook it for a couple of minutes. All right, it's been a couple of minutes. Broth going in. And this will thicken quickly. Just keep a whisking.
So could you do like a cream of something soup instead of this?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I do it many times. And I would add a little milk too. If I was making a soup or a really creamy something, I would add a little bit of milk.
Because that's like a classic hot dish item, but this is stuff you probably have in the house if you're out of cream of chicken or cream of celery or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's kind of your cream of chicken soup right there. Just a little homemade. I'm gonna add my vegetables in here now. Oops, lost a carrot. Thank you, Mrs. Cheap. I'm gonna switch to my spoon too. I'm just gonna mix this up, get our chicken added in there. This is good by itself. I am gonna season with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Now normally for like a, chicken pot pie, you put some diced potatoes in this, but we're gonna have tots on top as our potatoes. So now our nice baking dish, I'm just gonna spray that real quick. So in goes the filling. Bubbly and hot. I could have filled that up a little more or done a little smaller dish, but this will be good. Gonna be good. Never made it before, I'm a first timer. So now we're just gonna put our tots on top. Ooh, some of those a little frosty. I guess these tots been in the freezer a while, they need to get used. And of course we gotta load it up with the tots. We wanna cover every area. Then it'll be time to get new tots. More tots. By the way, the best bargain tots we've found is the Ore-Ida name brand is at Sam's Club. It's like $6 or $7 for the 8-pound bag or something. Is it 8 pounds? I don't even, 5 pounds. 5-pound value size. But you pay $3 for 1.5 pounds or 2 pounds at the store. And that's about all my tots. So now I got, I got some tot leavings here, just like some crusties. Nah, that'll be great. That's kind of a good idea. I think I'll make that part of the recipe. Put it in get the stuff out of the bottom of the bag.
No tots left behind.
That's good thinking. All right, we're going into the air fryer. You know what? Let me wipe my hands real quick, and I want to spray the top of that just so they make sure they get extra crispy. And we're going in 400 degrees until those tots are golden and crispy. And after about 20 minutes total, I think, in the air fryer, they get golden brown. It's chicken tot pie. Now I should probably let this rest for a couple of minutes. Mrs. Cheap is giving me the, come on. I know.
You and rules.
It would thicken up if I let it set just a little bit. But it's not real deep, so I'm just gonna scoop some out here.
Oh, it came out pretty well.
Yeah. And there we go. Probably gonna need a little salt and pepper, but
To taste?
Yeah, I'll do that to taste after I taste it. See if it needs it. All right. Share, like, thumbs up, comment. Love your comments. Suggest recipes. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. John Eats Cheap. I love eating cheap and coming up with things, recreating recipes. Just waiting for this to cool down. Thank you to producer Mrs. Cheap. It is obviously a tot, like a tot casserole. And chicken pot pie. I actually would like a little more gravy in this. So I might make a little more next time, or make a packet of, you know, the cheap 39-cent gravy to mix in with it. I think that's what I would add next time. I would make a packet of gravy. But this is very, very good. Very hot. Look, you're eating your veggies, Ma. Thanks for watching, Johnny. It's cheap. Appreciate it.